Welcome to Planting Joy in the Garden. So today we'll do some harvesting. You've seen me actually plant this planter. I did some arugula and some lettuce, and you can see that they're growing well. But now we are going to actually harvest out some of the radishes. So let me bring you a little closer. I'm going to get down to this level. Okay. So we're going to start with some French breakfast radish. And I'm going to be harvesting the actual radishes. But I also like to use the leaves inside of my salads. It has a very delicate taste. Not bitter at all. So it's actually quite a delicious green. And some of these radishes are not fully developed. They're about to go to seeds, and it's careful. You have to be careful with radishes. The bulb, this delicious part here, actually shrinks as the flowers emerge. I particularly like the taste of radishes. I think it's pretty mild, so I will eat this, although it flowered. But I did miss out on having a nice sized bulb on the bottom. The other thing is you have to be careful not to grow them too closely. If they're grown closely, then they do not bulb very well. So here's the perfect stage. I have the green leaf development, and I also have a nice sized bulb there. Let's keep going. And one of the advantages of the green stalk, particularly if you cover it, you get to eat your vegetables and you're not sharing it with the insects and the birds. So we're going to just clean this whole, actually has Swiss chard going on here, but we're going to clear out all of the radishes. Yes, so these were grown too closely, but this is a nice leafy green to make a salad with. Let's keep going. Nice leafy green. Here is the optimum one. But you notice I have a big bulb and small leaves. So with radishes, you have to choose. Do you want the leaves or do you want the bulb? Sometimes you can catch it at just the right stage, or you can get the most of both, the bulb and the greens. So we're going to just totally clean this out. So to show you my nice salad here. It's a nice salad size. And I also have some bulbs I can chop up and add to the salad, or I can saute with bacon or add it to my eggs. The next thing we're going to do is harvest. Let's bring you down some more, maybe a little bit more. I am going to harvest some of my giant red mustards. As you can see, some of the plants are going to seed. So we're gonna go in here, and since this one has gone to seed, I'm just gonna cut the whole plant. Okay. But if this hadn't gone to seed, I could simply take off the leaf. And that's the secret with mustards. It can be cut and come again as long as it has not gone to seed. It can get kind of bitter. So once I see a seed emerging on my mustard plant, this means that I will be sauteing these mustards to get the best possible flavor. I wouldn't recommend putting it in a salad, as it may be a little bitter. And I can see here. So we're going to just go ahead and harvest all of these mustards out. and then I'll show you the size and harvest. So I'm going to cut this. And the big stems will go into the compost pile. These little leaves, I'm going to eat this one. Okay, yeah, see, all of these have gone to seed. So, and it's the time of year where mustards come to an end. So as you see, I have 2 layers that I can plant in. I'm going to take the wood out. You can see I'm going to pull these roots out. And before I plant, I'm going to recharge the soil by adding worm castings and or fully organic fertilizer. Leave my onions. Okay, so I have some wonderful planting spots that I can use. Make sure there's no remnants there. And I'm gonna just show you what I've harvested. And this is my spinach layer here. So originally I was trying to do baby spinach, and I can still do it. I'm just really careful to make sure that I'm picking on this every day to prevent it from going to seeds. And some of them have really small seed heads, and so what I'm doing is pulling those off just to salvage it. Making sure also that I come out and harvest some leaves just to slow the plant down from going to seed. I wanted to put work into making more leaves and not developing seeds. You know, the purpose of a plant is to reproduce itself. So it wants to make seeds. And I'm in zone 5, but our weather has been so, just so unpredictable. One day it's 89 degrees and the next day it's 50. So the plants really just don't know what to do. So I'm going to try to keep these going for as long as I can. Okay, that looks pretty good. And so these have been making wonderful baby spinach. And I just want to show you this one here because I continuously pick off, make sure it doesn't develop a seed head. It's developing all these tiny little leaves in the center, and that's the best part of cut and come again, is to make sure that you're always picking these outer leaves and the lower leaves so that it'll flush out more leaves. But you also want to intervene to make sure that it does not produce flowers, because the flowers are where the seeds come from. So I am going to add more seeds and keep this green stalk producing vegetables for me. So I just want to share with you the harvest for today. So this is today's harvest. There's plenty of mustard to saute in very nice, maybe to saute and add it to a quiche, or just to saute it with some onions and garlic as a side dish. And the fact that I'm sauteing it in oil will remove any bitterness that there may be because they've gone to flour. I also have a fair amount of breakfast radishes in here and globe radishes. I can eat the leaves in the salad. I can also add the actual radishes to a salad. So this has been a great harvest. So if you just give me a moment, I am going to grab some seeds. I think I'm going to start some green beans. I'm going to do a layer of green beans up here. And I think I'm going to reserve the bottom because there's plenty of growing height for Swiss chard. So I'll be back with you in just a moment. Okay, so welcome back. So what I did is I recharged my soil by adding 1 teaspoon of an organic granular fertilizer to each pocket. I mixed that fertilizer in very well. I created holes that's about 1 inch deep. I'm adding 2 beans per pocket. And before I close up the hole, I'm going to add bean booster, which is a beneficial bacteria that will help the beans to grow nodules on their roots. Those nodules help them to fix nitrogen to the roots. Okay, so I do have 2 beans per pocket. Just want to make sure they're all there. Oh. Now that I have the pockets established, I'm going to add a little bit of my bean booster. And I literally just drop pinches on top of the bean and the hole. The other way to do this, for those who pre-soak beans, you also have the option of adding the bean booster in a jar with water, soaking the beans just momentarily with the fertilizer, with the bean booster. Sometimes that works well for some people. I, however, just prefer to drop the bean booster right into the hole. Alrighty. Let's make sure we took care of all of our beans here. And this is a great way. So actually this is a form of crop rotation because I started off with 1 crop, the radishes, and I'm moving on to a totally unrelated plant, which is beans. Make sure we got everything covered. Okay. So we got the beans planted in these. So in the lower level, which is all the way down here on the bottom, I have pockets where I can add some Swiss chard. So what I'm going to do, add just a teaspoon of fertilizer to the available planting pockets. And this is not an exact science. I'm just trying to ensure that the new plants are not going into depleted soil. And I prefer to use a balanced fertilizer. So this fertilizer is 3-4-4. It's a herb and vegetable food. I'm going to mix it up really well. Ugh. Actually broke my little spoon. And I find that a spoon is a really good tool. I would suggest a silver spoon or stainless steel. Obviously plastic spoons don't hold up well. Having a little trouble spinning this, okay, because I had a clip stuck in there. Get it all stirred up, and I'm going to add some more Swiss chard seeds. And because I am planting seeds, I am going to water these in, and then I'll let the green stalk out water in the traditional way using a reservoir on the top. But because I'm planting seeds, I want to make sure I do a direct water in these pockets. So thank you so much for joining me in the garden. We did some harvesting today, And we're going to keep this green stock going. This is my leaf green stock. I prefer to grow leafy vegetables here. So I've added a row now of green beans. And now I'm adding some giant Swiss chard on the bottom. And thank you so much. I hope that you've learned something. I hope that you find joy in your gardening, and I ask that you come back again. If you find this video helpful in some way, please like and share with others. Again, thank you. I'm growing in zone 5. Have a wonderful growing experience. So here we are in the kitchen. Here's my mustards, which are going to be sauteed, my radish leaf tops, and the actual cut up roots. So I'm not going to use all of this right now, but I am going to saute the radish with the radish leaves and have a nice little saute side dish for my lunch tomorrow. For dinner, I'm going to take these mustards and add them to a soup. I'll have chicken soup with mustard greens. So it's going to be a really fortified soup. So thank you again for joining me. I hope you're planting joy in your garden, and make sure you eat what you grow and you grow what you eat. Have a great day.